Good day to you, everyone. Good day to you. I hope this message finds you doing well. Since the last time we've talked, so much has happened in our country and people's lives. So I just really want to give you something in a matter of resilience that I think will help you. It's simply this: meet people where they're located. Meet people where they're located. What do I mean? I'll talk about myself. So last week, we all know we had this storm that came through, Ian, and it's been devastating to people, and people are still going through some amazingly challenging times. But this is what people will do before the storm. People will start to call you. They're like, do you need anything? Is there anything I can do to support you? Are you in a safe place? And that's beautiful. And then while the storm's going, people are checking in. Hey, do you still need anything? Do you need to relocate? I have anything, or I have a place for you to go. And that's wonderful. And then what happens, especially for example with the news, once the storm passes, they'll talk about it for a minute and then they'll go to the next story. They'll go to the next circumstance. And even some of our friends are like that. Not that they don't care, but they lose focus and they'll be like, okay, they got through that or whatever circumstances, and they go back to their lives. And I call that the new normal syndrome. We saw this when COVID happened. We stopped working in many cases. We couldn't move, we couldn't travel. We lost the ability to have freedom of movement. We lost the ability to even think a certain way because so much was going on in our lives, but we named it something, the new normal. We called it something, but we never defined what the new normal was. So my story about the hurricane is the same thing. We had a circumstance that hit people, a tragedy that hit people. It doesn't even have to be a hurricane. You could lose a person in your life. You can have a breakup in a relationship. You can have a health circumstance. You can have just a significant change in your life, and people see it coming, or sometimes they don't see it coming. And after it happens, people go back to their lives. And then when they finally circle back to you, they want to talk to you like they always talked to you before. Hey, how you doing? Hey, let's pick up what we were talking before. But they don't realize you have a new normal, and in many cases, it hasn't been defined. But the people in your life want to communicate with you. They want to interact with you like everything is the same as it was before. Well, I submit to you it's not the same, which goes to my point. Meet people where they're located. If someone's going through a significant experience in their life, first of all, just don't talk to them like you always talk to them. Hey, let's go out, let's go do this. Hey, let's talk about these things. Let's engage in these activities. You have to first figure out, hey, how are you doing? You had this thing happen in your life. Tell me how you feel about that thing. Tell me what's changed for you, because I don't know, because I didn't go through that. And if you don't take the time to assess where a person is or help them assess where they are, and they have the new normal going in their lives, you're gonna wonder why they're acting differently, or something between you and them are different. It's not that something's different between you and them, it's that your reference point with them is not what it is now. And that's what we did. The storm passed, for example, and people went on with their lives, and then they circled back to the other people that went through the storm, and they're like, hey, how's everything going? It's like, I'm devastated. I lost my job, I lost my home, I lost a person in my life. I lost a sense of the ability to make decisions on my own or move. Whatever it is, they lost. But if you just treat everything like it's the same, you're gonna miss something with them. You're not gonna connect with them. And in many ways, your relationship's never gonna be the same. So my message for you from a resilience standpoint is, when something happens and their normal has changed, you have to figure out first what their normal is. If it happened to you, you have to figure out what your normal is. And how do you connect during a new normal? You have to be considerate. You have to be inquisitive. Ask questions. How are you feeling? What's going on? Help me understand what you're going through. And once you find out what's going on with them, then extend compassion to them. Extend patience to them. They might be a little bit more irritable. They might lack patience. They might be easily agitated because they're going through their new normal. They're transitioning from one station in life to another station in life. So this week, with all that's going on in our lives, whether it was a storm or health situation or family situation or relationship situation, please assess what the new normal is. Please take the time to understand where that person is, and use love and understanding and empathy and compassion, and meet them where they're located. Because truth be told, We're gonna all have a new normal in some regard, and we're gonna need each other in different capacities at different times. I know we can do this together. These are tough times for people, but tough times don't last always. Tough people do. And tough people do by being concerned, considerate, compassionate, caring, and consistent. I love you. Like, share, and subscribe, and send this to other people, because people are going through right now. Peace and blessings to you. You're gonna think, some of you gonna laugh, some of you gonna cry, but we're gonna get better before this is over. Understand this, there is no such thing as tomorrow. Tomorrow is aspirational, because when tomorrow gets here, it's gonna actually be today. So what are you doing today? What are we doing today as a collective body to make sure that we can make things better? Live your life.
A passionate Anthony Brinkley is a problem solver. He's an author and motivational speaker using his skills after decades in the military to teach people how to be resilient and take action.
The most valuable thing in your life is time. Every day in America, 7,000 people die. So 7,000 people that thought they were gonna wake up today didn't. Anybody besides me never thought they'd be 30 years old? Put your hand up. I would get up and put my mask on. Hey, Brinkley, how you doing? I'm doing great. And that's why I come here to talk to you, to remind you that you're not what you went through.